Hello, my beautiful manifestors. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Lily Newhouse. I am the brains, the expansive power behind Manifestation Unchained. Thank you guys so much for being here. It means so much to have you here, and I hope all you get is an overflow of value from this group. And please, to get the most value, I would love, means so much to me for you to participate. I am here to support. And hopefully these live videos are super helpful for you. You're welcome to go back and watch them over and over. Every time you will get new learning, I promise you that. So my intention for today is to share how we expand our power. So let me just make sure this is working. When you pop on, say hello, whether you're live or on the replay. Let me know who you are, where are you from, all that good stuff. Introduce yourself. I'm so grateful, and it's so nice to get to know you guys individually and who you are, and be able to support you and support each other. So let's see, make sure we're good to go. Okay, we are. Awesome. Okay. Hello, Gina. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. How are you? Let me see if I can get the chat up. No, okay. All right, we're good. Okay, so I want to talk about expanding our power, because our power, you can think of it as sort of like your aura. It is the level at which you are able to call in the things you want to manifest. And Gina, for you, it's the fitness, it's the wins, it's all of these, the clients, all of the things that you're calling in. For so many of us, it's so many different things. And some of them are tangible, some of them are not. Whether it's calling in bigger, more checks in the mail, whether it's calling in clients, whether it's calling in our soul-aligned relationships, all of these things require us to have power. And our ability to manifest is directly correlated, is that the word, with our with the size and the energy of our power. And I don't know if you guys have experienced this. I know I have, where someone will walk into the room and you could almost describe them as bigger than life. Like, some people just have this expansive power. Gina, you're one of those people. So that's the thing, is that our power is something that we can manipulate. I mean, it's not even manipulating, it's like we create it, right? So we create it when we shrink, and we create it when we expand. So you are, okay, and this is important, okay? Ready? This is the key. If you get one thing out of this video, it's this. You are an infinitely powerful being, okay? Your power could expand every moment for the rest of your life, and there would never be a limit to the amount of power you could create in your space, the amount of impact you could have on others, on yourself, on your own vision, on your own manifestations. You're living in a continuously expanding universe, literally, okay? Continually expanding energy. And your energy is able to expand too if you're intentional about it. So think of yourself, one of my mentors, my coach, Genevieve Rackham, she uses this example of expanding your power. And I love it because it's like a plant, okay? It's meant to grow, it's meant to expand, just like we are. We're meant to continually expand. If it's not expanding, it's withering, it's dying. And that's us too. When we're not expanding, when we're shrinking, when we're constantly, because you're always moving, you're never static in your power, not even from moment to moment. And so when you make these decisions to lean in and to, pour the water on your plant. Or she also talks about, my coach Genevieve is the queen of metaphors. She also says, expanding your power is like pouring fuel on a fire. And in these moments, we have the choice to fuel the fire or to let it burn out, to let it die. And expansion, just like a plant, just like all of the things that physically grow around us, including ourselves as children into adults. I stopped growing at a pretty young age, never hit 5 feet tall, but you know, my power is big, so that's okay. But expansion is our natural state. And expansion is available to us every time we make a choice. Every time we choose a thought, instead of just allowing our thought to continue without us harnessing it or identifying it or deciding if it's empowered or not and whether we want it or not. So, power and impact is infinite and expanding if intentional. Yes, absolutely. So I'm doing the comments on my computer. It's a lot easier to see. So if I'm looking down, that's why. Sorry, let's try and do both. So if you want to manifest more, you have to expand your power. And your power, you can think of it as your comfort zone, okay? Because the size of your power is the size of your comfort zone. And we often have moments where we can decide whether we lean into our fear or we shrink back away from the edge of our comfort zone. And these are the moments that we are choosing, that we have the opportunity to choose to expand our power. These are also the moments where we have the opportunity to choose to shrink and to choose to stay where we are, to choose, make another choice that proves to us that we're the kind of person who stays small, who stays in our comfort zone, who stays okay with mediocrity because it feels safer. Or we can quantum leap into the unknown, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally, whether it's expanding our vulnerability, whether it's expanding our truth and our honesty and our voice, whatever it is standing in our power, you can choose it. It's a decision, okay? So once you realize that these moments you have a decision, you get to decide who you are. Who are you being in this moment? Who do you want to be? Who are you? Are you the person who continually expands their power when they come up against an edge? Or are you the person who continues to settle for what's already in your physical, emotional reality? That's the choice. And these moments come up all the time, whether it's, deciding to take a leap of faith and get into a relationship with someone and knowing that that's the fear and that it may or may not work out, but that this is the path towards your larger growth. Or maybe it's, giving into the fear of commitment and saying, you know what, I'm going to stay small. I've been hurt before. I don't, love is, having these disempowered beliefs about love. Like, these are the moments where we get to decide. And we don't decide to leap and then say, well, that didn't work out, not leaping again, No, we get to choose to be the person who expands to expand. And when you expand for the sole purpose of expanding and getting bigger, getting your comfort zone larger, being able to be bigger, to show up more authentically, more honestly, more vulnerably, bigger and stronger, and all of the things that you want to be, that you want to have. You do it for that. You do it because you're the person who chooses that over and over and over. When you fall on your face, you realize that that is why you leap. You don't leap just to manifest what you want, although that is the ultimate outcome. You leap because you choose to be a person who leaps. And you choose to be a person who's willing to fall on their face, because sometimes that leap becomes a quantum leap in your life. And it manifests the thing that you have been not able to be available for because you haven't been willing to be that powerful. So how you expand your power as a lifestyle is continuing to get uncomfortable being uncomfortable, continuing to be in the space of not knowing how it's going to work out and doing it anyway, because that's who you are. So, thanks, Gina. Yeah, I'm glad this is landing for you. So the way to find these spaces and find these edges and find these decisions that we can make to expand our power is to look where our fears are. Look where our disempowered beliefs are. Look at what's not working in our lives. Look at what we're uncomfortable with that we know deep inside is aligned, but we're not doing it because we're scared. Those are the places you can go to expand. So when you get in tune with yourself and you learn to trust your intuition, you know what the next aligned step is, you know. But you can choose to do it or you can choose not to. And so often, for so long, we stay in our comfort zone at the expense of our own health, our own mental and physical health, at the expense of our own dreams and visions and manifestations. So the thing that is blocking you from expanding is your lack of willingness to break through that wall of your comfort zone. And once you do, and you get on the other side, you've expanded, you've learned, you've gotten bigger, okay? And you've lifted the weight of being that uncomfortable. So you've strengthened your tolerance for discomfort. You've made it easier that the second time you lift weights, it will feel a little easier because it will just be something that you do. It'll just be something you're used to doing. And the fears are never going to go away. The edges of your power are never going to go away because it can always get bigger. So that those coming up against those choices and coming up against those edges of your comfort zone and of your power, though that's never going to end because there will always be an edge. And if you want to be an expansive being and manifest what you want, you will continue to live on the edge. But the more you make these choices, these empowered decisions, leaning into bigger power, the easier it gets to make them. Because that becomes, actually my mentor says, you just become the bitch who expands her power. Like, that's just who you are. You're just a bitch who expands her power, right? And I love it. So unapologetic, So the other thing about power expansion is that it's not linear. So you're not going to be expanding the same thing over and over every single day and making one step at a time towards your expanded power, right? Because you come into these moments where the opportunity to expand is a leap. It's a leap of faith. And it's a leap of choosing to be courageous in the face of your fear. So you choose to quantum leap, right? And then that's the big launch, right? That's the big jump in your power. That's the big moment of great expansion. And then you sit back and you continue to choose it and you settle into your bigger comfort zone. And then you come up against it again and you get to leap again. So it's not this thing, and there are little choices every day. There are little ways we expand our power against our own disempowered thoughts, against all of the things. But in general, growing your power isn't linear. It's these big moments, these big choices where we decide who we are and who we want to be. So these are the moments where you can choose to expand your power and then settle there and get comfortable there and, and wear out that comfort zone and expand an edge again. So that is what I wanted to share today. You can sort of think of it as this, okay? When you're committed to manifesting what you want more than you're committed to being comfortable, that's your power. That's expanding your power. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was valuable. Shoot me a comment. Let me know if it was, if this is landing, any questions you might have. Okay. All right. And I thank you all for joining me. I will be live again as much as possible in this group, sharing all of the vibes, all of the fucking dope ass manifesting tips and tricks. And I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.